good day everyone. So for today's discussion, we're going to discuss about the climate change. Reminders. Climate change has changed the world over the years, and the change must be coming from us. And we have the three goals. These are the following. We have to raise awareness about the climate change and how does it affects the humanity. Second is to take the lead for innovation in combating this phenomenon, and the last one is to make people see the result of each action and how to reduce the occurrences of climate change since it is inevitable.
What is climate change? Climate change refers to the statistically significant changes in climate for a continuous period of time. So it means that it is a change in the usual weather found in a place. This could be a change in how much rain a place usually gets in a year, or it could be a change in a place's usual temperature for a month or season. For example, droughts are becoming longer and more extreme. Tropical storms becoming more severe due to warmer ocean water temperature. So there are two types that can greatly influence climate change. First is the natural cause, and the second one is the man-made cause. Under the natural causes is volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions are one of the natural causes of climate change because when volcanoes erupt, it emits different natural aerosols like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, salt crystals, volcanic ashes or dust, and even microorganisms like bacteria and viruses. The volcanic eruption can cause a cooling effect to the lithosphere because its emitted aerosol can block a certain percentage of solar radiation. This cooling effect can last for 1 to 2 years. So what happens in violent volcanic eruptions is the release of ash particles in the stratosphere. The volcanic ashes, which have sulfur dioxide combined with water vapor. It then forms the sulfuric acid and sulfurous aerosols. The sulfurous aerosols then are transported by easterly or westerly winds. Volcanoes located near the equator are more likely to cause global cooling because of the wind pattern. Volcanoes located near to the north or south poles are less likely to cause cooling because of the cool wind pattern. The sulfurous aerosols are confined in pole area. So there are several recorded major volcanic eruptions that cause climate change. First is Mount Tambora of Indonesia erupted in 1816. It was considered as the largest known eruption in human history. The eruption caused snowfall in the northeastern United States and Canada. It affected their agricultural lands, losing crops that caused to food shortage and increased human mortality. The eruptions of Mount Krakatoa of Indonesia in 1883 and Mount Pinatubo of the Philippines in 1991 contributed to the cold years of the planet Earth. The second one, we have orbital changes. So Earth orbit can also cause climate change. This was proposed by the Milankovitch theory. So the theory states that as the Earth travels through space around the Sun, cyclical variations in three elements of Earth-Sun geometry combine to produce variations in the amount of solar energy that reaches the Earth. So there are three elements that have cyclic variations. It is called as eccentricity, obliquity, and precision. The last one is the carbon dioxide theory. Carbon dioxide is added when power and heat are produced by burning coal, oil, and other fossil fuels. It is transparent to sunshine, but not invisible to infrared heat radiation leaving the ground. Carbon dioxide absorbs part of the infrared radiation in the air and returns it to the ground, keeping the air near the surface warmer than it would be if the carbon dioxide did not act like a blanket. Doubling the carbon dioxide raises the temperature to 2 degrees Celsius up until 3 degrees Celsius. The next factor of climate change is man-made activities, or it is also called as human activities. Human activities contribute to climate change. The largest known contribution comes from the burning of fossil fuels, which releases carbon dioxide gas to the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases and aerosols affect climate by altering incoming solar radiation and outgoing infrared or thermal radiation that are part of Earth's energy balance. Changing the atmospheric abundance of properties of these gases and particles can lead to a warming or cooling of the climate system. Since the start of the industrial era about 1750, the overall effect of human activities on climate has been a warming influence. The human impact on climate during this era greatly exceeds that due to known changes in natural processes, such as solar changes and volcanic eruptions. Human activities result in emissions of four principal greenhouse gases, namely the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and the halocarbons. Halocarbons is a group of gases containing fluorine, chlorine, and bromine. These gases accumulate in the atmosphere, causing concentrations to increase with time.
Now we all know what is climate change and the factors, the natural causes and the man-made causes. Let's move forward into the specific, and the center of our discussion pertains to drought, such as the cause and effect, and what action we must take to prevent, avoid, and aware in this kind of changes in phenomenon. Let me introduce to you what is drought. Drought is a prolonged period of abnormally low in rainfall, which is lead to the shortage of the water. Drought touches all the aspects of our economy, such as the water supply, the energy, the wildfire, the recreation, the fisheries, in which leads to agricultural loss, the intense of fire season, and dried up some parts of the water area. These events have strengthened our needs to take action to prepare for and respond to the onset and impacts of drought. It is very important to have a quality of life, to be able to predict and have an early warning of phenomena. El Niño is the main driver of drought. If it extended, drought will still continue to exist. If this certain phenomenon to occur, the root crops are the primary product that will be affected. This will cause a devastating effect in agricultural aspect, considering the fact that the primary livelihood source of people in Barangay Tugup is farming. Then, they are directly affected by drought. How to combat drought? We are given the chance to take dominion on earth, and in exchange to that opportunity, we must take care of it. But how? What are the measures in taking care of it? What are the things that should be done to protect and nurture it? Easy peasy. Just do these simple steps and surely it will contribute in combating the drought in connection to reducing the possibility of the climate change to take place. The first step is to plant trees. Trees will give you an oxygen and block the radiation from the sun that can help the plant grow longer. It will also lessen the El Niño season, thus reducing also the occurrence of the drought. The second one is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce consumption of foods that have a direct relationship to climate change, like processed food. Recycle the items you bought to lessen the number of waste, and you can even reuse it. It takes a creative mind, and an imaginative thinking. Be aware. Knowledge is treasure, and it can save not just you but everyone that surrounds you. Be vigilant to what's happening and take an action in preventing it by doing your role and take a lead. And that's all. Thank you for watching.